Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's fourth final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 3rd of December, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe on a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, gets us into the second half of December. I should get time for that for you in a moment. Just say that first, video settings our 6 AM UK weather forecast with also leads weekend forecast for EC for day, UK and Ireland. Like, share, subscribe on all of today's videos and content. So for dim, very dimly lit towers today. I'll have to put a light on soon, but I'm trying to keep the costs down. I'll have to get a light on in about an hour when I've got this video uploaded. But yeah, dark old day, isn't it? Storm Bert, blimey. Anyway, to business. We've got our fundraiser going on for Rainbows Hospice. Rainbows provide vital care for babies, children and young people with life-limiting and terminal conditions. They do absolutely amazing work. I went to their facility last year, actually, and had a look round, and you know, they just provide such tremendous care and amazing services for not only the children but also their families as well. So we did a fundraiser course for Rainbows last year where we raised £2,000, but at the moment we're doing a little fundraiser giving away a Christmas jumper. So it's Gavin and Richard's Christmas fundraiser for Rainbows Hospice for Children and Young People. This is the jumper we're giving away. Star Wars Christmas, Barber Sifmas. So if you would like that, it's in a small size mode. So there is a story behind this, that the jumper was actually meant for me, but it came in a small size, and as you probably realise, I'm no good with size S. So instead of sending it back, we thought, well, let's do a giveaway with it. It's Richard's idea. So what we're asking for is £5 minimum donations to our Just Giving page. The link to both Rainbows and the Just Giving page in the description with the video. Minimum £5 donation will get you onto the name picker. In tomorrow's live stream, we'll be picking out a winner, and somebody will win that Christmas jumper tomorrow. It's a bit of fun, and it's raising a nice little bit of money for Rainbow as well. I had 12 donations, so thank you so much. Thank you so much to all the people who have donated on this. You've still got a little while to give a donation, get on the name picker. We'll probably close this around the middle of the afternoon tomorrow, then get the names on the name picker. And I say, but I've seen somebody will win the jumper. So you know, if the jumper doesn't fit you, it may fit somebody else. It might work as a present and whatnot. So main thing, you know, a bit of fun and raising some money for a fantastic cause. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated for the jumper and for Rainbows as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Right, central in temperature is currently sitting at 7.2. That is now just 0.8 of a degree, less than 1 degree above 61 to 99. The average is visual to yesterday, to the 22nd of November. That will probably drop a little bit more when it updates tomorrow, maybe 7.1. And then should start lifting up again, though, I would have thought. These are GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. Next couple of weeks, looking at Bolton today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Bolton. And, of course, we're starting off above average right now. The upper air temperature is lifting up with the warm air that is associated with Storm Bert. However, over the next few days, actually, you'll see the upper air temperature coming down again. So, through the early middle part of next week, becoming quite chilly. Then we lift the upper air temperatures up again in about a week's time, milder into next weekend. And then this period just here is quite interesting through the first week of December. Lots of scatter in there. So we've got mild ensemble members up here, got cold ensemble members down there, some actually very cold, going underneath -10 at 850 HPA. So a lot of scatter, a lot of uncertainty for that first week of December. It's not totally impossible that it may get cold again, actually. Precipitation-wise, well, very wet, of course, through the rest of this weekend. Heavy rain, We've already had significant snow in the north, though most of the snow will turn back to rain. But a lot of wet weather to come this weekend. And really over the next couple of weeks, looking pretty unsettled, I have to say, with regular precipitation spikes. Temperature anomalies from the 23rd of November to 1st of December, going to be milder than average. And precipitation anomalies from the 23rd of November to 1st of December, most areas coming out wetter than normal. Latest wind from map from earthnorthschool.net shows that we've got Storm Bert to west of UK and Ireland just there. Quite an intense area of low pressure bringing not only a lot of wet weather, but also some very strong winds as well, with gales or even severe gales in some places. Notice change in the wind direction, though. So this weather, cold air is still clinging on into the far north with those sort of easterly winds, but most places are now going into a southwesterly flow with the air. If we drag the map up, the air with that southwesterly actually originates from a long way south. So there's the Canary Islands, and that's a kind of part of the Atlantic that the air is going to be originated from. So it will be turning very, very mild through the rest of the day. In fact, we might even have one of the mildest November nights on record tonight. Goodness gracious, certainly date record anyway. Right, hold on, everybody. So, sorry everyone. Right, okay, let's start going through chart data. Then Miss Avalation UK Met Euro run. It's looking midnight on Tuesday. Low pressure moving to Norway. Winds going into the northwest, becoming cooler, colder, and showering into the middle part of the week. And high pressure reaching in from the northwest, bringing quite a lot of dry, but also potentially quite chilly weather in with it. Comes some rain in the south. And then by the time we get through to this time next week, we go back into a milder southerly with low pressure coming back in from off the Atlantic, potentially turning it wet again next weekend. ICOM, once more, is looking showery and quite chilly on Tuesday. And on Wednesday and Thursday, high pressure reaching down from the north, drier but colder through the middle part of the week. Later next week, start to see high pressure moving over into the continent, and low pressure comes in from off the Atlantic, turning things increasingly unsettled. But also milder winds in from the southwest, so milder but wetter and windier by next weekend. Miss Emma KMA looks so almost of muchness for the middle of next week. It's low down in the south, might bring some wet weather into the far southeast, so, but most places drying out for the middle part of next week and looking quite chilly as well. High pressure then sticks around the country into the second half next week, mostly dry, but quite cold. But by next weekend, we're back into a milder westerly flow, actually turning very unsettled for the opening days of December. That's how you end up with the KMA. Well, that's a pancake. High pressure south, low pressure to the north, winds in from the west, so generally mild, but also rather unsettled. Now, this is the GFS midnight run, and again, we have that area of low pressure down in the south through the course of the middle of next week. That gets out of the way, and then high pressure brings some drier but cooler or colder weather through the latter stages of next week. By next weekend, though, we're back into those southwesterlies, so turning milder, wetter and windier again into next weekend. But as we approach day 10, which is Monday the 2nd of December, winds start switching back around into the north and northeast as heights build up towards Greenland and Iceland. A lot of cold air sitting just to the north of us with -10 Celsius ice firm, and that cold air gets drawn southwards on those north to northeast winds. So that's the setup at day 10, with the 3rd of December, a northeasterly wind, and looking pretty cold with those upper air temperatures as well, bringing the -10 Celsius ice firm into the northern half of the country. Then high pressure sticks around the country through the remainder of the first week of December before going back up to Greenland again. So we end up bring down another push of northerly winds courtesy of a blocking area of high pressure around Greenland and Iceland. Repeated northerly shots here with the GFS midnight run, and generally quite a cold and wintry sort of first week to 10 days of December. Well, how does the GFS 6 there compare, let's have a look at that one. Low pressure again going off to Norway. On Tuesday, winds going into a showery northwest. Again, high pressure's in through Wednesday and Thursday. Not dry weather, but could be quite cold with some overnight frost. Later in the weekend, into the weekend, the high pressure slips over towards Ukraine and Belarus with low pressure to west of Ukraine Island, and we draw up a southerly flow that would becoming milder as we approach day 10. In the extended, well, unlike what the midnight GFS run was showing, the 6A keeps it mild with low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic until we get to the end of GFS 6A and high pressure is taking over, but still within a relatively mild position. That's how we end up on the 9th of December. That could be bringing frost and fog, but overall and fundamentally that is a mild setup. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. We thank you so much everyone for doing that. 75 subscribers will get us to 19.2k. Now, if you could give us a sub, that'd be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much everyone. GM again takes that low pressure away towards Norway on Tuesday, and behind it we bring in this ridge from off the Atlantic, so drier but cooler around the middle part of the week. Later next week we return to southwest winds and low pressure. That takes us into an unsettled weekend next weekend, and those unsettled conditions carry on up to day 10. Note the GM is also raising the heights up towards Greenland and Iceland around day 10, but a little bit less so compared to that GFS midnight run. And then finally got the ECM rounding it all off, taking the low pressure towards Norway, winds going into a showery northwesterly, then a high pressure building through the country Wednesday to Thursday. There will be a low that brings some rain though down in the south. Second half next week sees high pressure declining, low pressure comes back in, turns things milder as we get through today's 8, 9 and 10. That's a setup at day 10, which is the 3rd of December, low pressure to the west of the country, generally quite a mild southerly wind. Notice again though, the ECM is raising the heights, having a go at raising the heights a bit towards Greenland and Iceland. No, potentially not all that far. We'll start to bring some colder air back in from the north and the northeast if we could go on beyond day 10. This is a precipitation forecast based on the ECM run from weather.com. All of the precipitation associated with Storm Bert. There's heavy storm in the north, heavy rain further south and west. The rain just keeps on coming through the remainder of today, tonight, and for England and Wales, much of tomorrow too. It will turn more showery in the north and the west. We finally get rid of all of that wet weather to the southeast by Monday, and then showers into the north and west. And one of those could be wintering up in the north. Now, this is Wednesday with heavy rain across England and Wales. A little bit of snow mixed in with that through parts of the North Midlands and into Wales on the northern edge of that low. Got to firm up on all of that. And then once that's out of the way, we're drier through the second half of next week before it turns milder and wetter again as we run up towards day 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles day for day 10. From the Icelandic Met Office gets us to the 3rd of December. 17 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure in the North Atlantic reaching through Western Europe. A lot of dry weather with that. Should be reasonably mild, I think, with winds coming up from the south. We've got 16 with low pressure through Western Europe. That's going to be unsettled, combined with high pressure blocking around Greenland. We've got 12 with high pressure ridging from Greenland to Scandinavia. Low pressure down towards Biscay. Again, winds coming up from a relatively mild-ish sort of southerly type direction. And then finally, we've got 6 with high pressure ridging through the Atlantic, going up towards Greenland, Iceland. That might be trying to bring down some colder air from the north. A range of options, but I think generally mild-ish anyway for most of those at day 10. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It gets us to the 8th of December. 26 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south, winds coming in from a westerly direction. That's going to be unsettled and mild. And then we've got 25 with high pressure ridging from the Atlantic into Europe, a gentle sort of continental flow. So that's going to be mostly dry but could produce some frost and fog, a bit of gruesome twosome. And interestingly, it's virtually a 50-50 split there at 2 weeks out between either low pressure being in control or high pressure being in control. So it's not very often that you see like a stark two-way divide, but it's virtually 50-50 within the ensembles. That's quite interesting. We'll see. Anyway, CFS V2, and then we're done. It's a 500 millibar height and knowledge, breaking down into weekly periods. The first week period take us from the 23rd, 29th of November. Next week has all high pressure to the south and away to the northwest. Low pressure in the Atlantic. Overall milder and winds in from the southwest. Week 2 is going to be the 30th of November, 6th of December. High pressure generally a little bit to the northwest. And around it we might bring in quite a coolish sort of northeasterly flow, mostly dry and a bit colder. Week 3 will be the 7th to the 13th of December. High pressure then in the Atlantic, low pressure between Greenland and Norway, and winds coming from a generally sort of westerly type flow. And then finally we've got week 4, which will be the 14th to the 20th of December, with high pressure centred around Biscay and France, and we bring up the wind from the westerly or southwest direction, so mostly dry, especially from the south, but it should be really quite mild there. We'll see. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment to say what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids and get them to subscribe too. And thank you so much for doing that. Blimey, it's dark, isn't it? It's like being down a coal mine in the tower. So I've got a power cut. No, not got a power cut. I just have to put the lights on. Trying to save pennies. No, I will get the light on shortly, though. Anyway, that's it for today's content. If you've enjoyed it, please can you give us a like? Thank you so much. Now, tomorrow, we've got 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. We've got the 13th and final winter update. And if all of that wasn't enough, if you can see me within the gloom here, we've got the live stream actually. That'll be at 6:30 tomorrow, 6:30, 7:30. We'll be live streaming and giving away the Christmas jumper, doing a 10 to 14 days. It's discussing winter update, of course, and including a bit of long range in that as well. So that'll be an epic stream at 6:30. And I think I've got another Christmas update penciled in for tomorrow as well. So an epic day of content. Please keep checking back for more. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon, though. And for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.